Hello gamer girlies and guys, I am Yunoya Gaming, and this time we will be building a court building. Now if you're wondering where this is coming from, the idea for this is from the end of episode, I think, 5 of my generation series. So I would recommend to go off this video, watch until there before you come back here, because of the fact that there will be spoilers. It's probably gonna be something like bad news or something that sounds unfortunate, so that's where you should be looking if you have not watched it yet. But practically, so I hope to see those of you who go to see the series again for this video. But yeah, bye bye to them. As for all of you who are still here, who possibly, maybe not, are just here from the series, as you know, Daquan and Adelaide are no longer together. And I mean, someone's going to need to get custody of the children, so I'm going to take the two to court and they're going to discuss that, and we're going to figure out who gets the children and things like that. So that is the reason why I'm building this, but also it could be useful in the future for other scenarios in the gameplay. Who knows what will happen in the future. So yeah, actually my inspiration from this build was the Supreme Court from the USA actually. So you might see that it looks a bit similar to that because it's based off of it. But yeah, I tried to simulate the architecture style into The Sims, which was a bit tricky. But I think I did manage to pull it off pretty well. Also, if you hear background noise, I don't think the window is open, but I mean, this noisy stuff, this happens every video, and I say it practically every video, so I'm sorry for those of you who are used to me saying this and get annoyed at it. So yeah, back to what I was saying. I think that these things that you can see me placing right now really did help add with that architecture. I really think that I do wish that I could have done something more to the roof. I feel like it is very plain, but I guess it does work because I still managed to get that vibe with these things anyway. So yeah, as you can see, it took me quite a long time to place these down. I think this was the most time consuming thing of the whole build. It possibly took more than the actual courtrooms, which, by the way, I did do 2 identical rooms. I mean, the build is very symmetrical, but I think it does sort of give off that vibe. I feel like that's how they should be, in my opinion. I feel like they shouldn't be drastically different. But yeah, I have never been to a courtroom, so I don't really have a very good idea of what they look like. So I was going off of some few reference pictures that I found on Google, so hopefully this is accurate enough, and I tried to make it look as realistic as possible. So yeah, as you can see, I'm still placing those things and trying to fix them because I kept noticing that sometimes they would be too out there, and then sometimes they would go down. So arranging those took a long time. Now here I actually did this little thing where I added the shortest half wall and added a half wall trim just for the side of that wall to not have that gray color, and so I could make it white like the rest of the build. I would have probably made it a bit more of a cream color, but I felt like the only other color I could find was too orangey and strong, so I did decide to go for white instead. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just finally adding some spandrels and stuff into, are they spandrels, columns, whatever you call them, into the build, and we are about to start moving into the inside. Now, that little pause there was probably me when I was searching up for what entry rooms look like in courtrooms, because once again I don't know how to imagine that in my head very well, as once again I have not been there ever. So yeah, for this little thing I just decided to add the statue because the window wasn't working out very well. So yeah, and I, as you can see, was making it very symmetrical on both sides. Like if I added a plant on one side, I would add it on the other side and stuff. Yeah, so I don't know if that's how it would actually be in real life, but I would imagine that this is the sort of place that it's that type of fancy, if you get what I mean, where it's like super symmetrical and nice, which the only differences I made is maybe like turning a plant just so it wouldn't be 100% the same. So yeah, hopefully, I mean, it's still good. To fill in that space there, like on the floor, you will see that I will add a vintage like rug. There we go. I think that fits in with the color scheme for this room. I went for a very like white and a bit of baby blue sort of color scheme, but the rug does have some warmer tones, which I mean, I guess look pretty good. And I think that the chandelier that I add pretty late through the build above that carpet, carpet rug, looks pretty good, which the reason that I corrected myself is because I'm pretty sure that carpet is like the flooring type and rug is the thing that you put on the floor. So sorry for the English being incorrect. As you can see, I have started to add the platforms in the actual rooms. I think that this is how they look in real life. Not sure. Once again, I don't know. But I think it looks pretty cool. What I did is for the bottom tier, I added some seats. For the second tier, I added like the microphones where like the defendant and I don't know what the other one is called speak and stuff. So I decided to add like two sides to it. And then the last tier, I put in an area for the judge. Now, I don't think that I had any objects that had to actually do with courtrooms because The Sims isn't really made for that. But I just wanted the story to match. Like I wanted to make the story more realistic, so that's what I'm gonna be doing with the family there. So yeah, as you can see, I added those little microphones, so hopefully that's good enough. It's all gonna be functional, let's be honest, but I think that maybe I can do some screenshots for the video. I'm thinking something like that. And I can just speak over those because it's probably going to be a mess when I actually take them here. So yeah, as you can see, I'm doing each tier and sort of just deciding what I'm doing for them. Yeah, I did do a love seat for the judge's seat, and if you're wondering why the heck did I do that, it's because I felt like the singular chair looked so small in that big area that it just looked a bit silly. So yeah, as you can see, I'm now just like decorating the outside because for some reason I keep doing landscaping as the last thing. For some reason I just do landscaping last. I don't know, but I guess I just kind of forget about it, and then I'm like, I should add some more things outside. But actually, while I'll be building it, it's like I thought about it, like, maybe I'll put a fountain or like a garden there. I'll do that later, and then I end up doing it after I do the inside, which I guess isn't normal. But yeah, something else that you will see me try finicking around with and not having it work is me trying to paint the roofs. As you can see, I was trying to give you all a tour, but I kept seeing that the roofs were not painted, and I tried to fix that, but I couldn't. So as you can see in well, not really, because it's in super speed, but the rooms actually have like blue roofs. So I was trying to fix that, but I genuinely couldn't. I don't know how. I tried adding like a platform there to act as a roof so I could paint it, but for some reason that didn't work. So I just sort of dealt with it, and then when I was giving you the tour, I tried to lower the camera. So that's how I tried to fix that. And actually we are approaching the very end of this build as we are finished. So this is going to be the tour of this court building that I have built. I hope you like it. I do. This is my first time building something of this sort. So hopefully it is pretty good. I know it's not the best and it could be better, but hopefully it is like good enough. I mean, in my opinion it is. So yeah, hopefully you like it too. But yeah, while we slowly pan to the door, because for some reason tab is so slow for me when I'm lower to the ground, I'm just gonna say that I'm just gonna do my outro. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Stay safe and don't stay on the internet for too long. God bless you, and bye bye everyone.